Hello, hi. So we are back for VEDA day 18 and part 4 of our creepy cabin adventure with Tom Taylor. And so I'm calling it the unintentional haunted cabin haunting / writing retreat. Like I said, it's a work in progress, the title. But we are back, and I don't know if we're quite at the end. I know he said we're going into his last night, so this might wrap it up. It might not. So I'm preparing to do this video, maybe one other video about this, if anything, just kind of a wrap up video. But let's just dive into Tom's adventures in the Australian bush. So let me do my note-taking process. First, I have to write down my time code. Yes, I'm letting you in as you're seeing how the sausage is being made, or the donuts. Let's say the donuts. How the donut is being made. So let's see. We're picking that up at about 1. I'll hit the number in a second. So we're gonna hit record on my screen capture here, and we're at about 1:16, 17. Okay, so we ended where Tom made an announcement via Twitter, where he said, "Tomorrow night is my last night in what Airbnb describes as a cozy and relaxing log cabin. I've decided I'm opening the package then. Good night." Tom knows how to give us a cliffhanger. So let's dive back into the story. So the next post is he posts the picture or reposts a note about a severe thunderstorm warning for the northeast and eastern parts of the state. And then he says, "Perfect, just perfect." All of the books were on the same shelf in the cabin. See if you notice one that stands out. So videos are happening. So let's, we have a video here. Let's make this one big so you guys can see it. Turn the volume up so we can hear it. Let's go. Sorry, it's not funny. But it's funny. You notice it's like nature, walks, birds, mass murder. So that's it. Sometimes is not a good idea to look at the literature when you're staying in places, because that can sometimes freak you out. So that's very interesting. Tom is like, this is bananas. Let's go back to the story. I don't want to talk about the table because, yeah. And so he's responding to, why does the table look like the Necronomicon, Tom? So this is, it's quite interestingly timely, since we have the new series Lovecraft Country on HBO that just premiered recently. So the Necronomicon is, for those of you who are not as familiar, H.P. Lovecraft wrote this book of stories, and it's like I guess it's stories about death. I don't have as much experience with the Necronomicon, besides the fact that I tried to, well, you can actually buy the Necronomicon. Like, if you look it up on Amazon, and you know what, I'll share the link. If you look it up, you can actually buy a copy, because it's like a tome. It's a book of stories by H.P. Lovecraft, and it's called the Necronomicon. Quick story. At one point, which this was like a combination of the coolest and kind of most annoying job. So I worked part-time at a Borders bookstore. For those of you who are familiar, similar to, you know, other large chain bookstores, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, etc. So at one point, Borders was one of the jams, and I worked there during the holiday season, make a little extra money, you know. And it's like, and I told myself, because I was an adult, so it wasn't like I was in high school or college. I was a grown up, and so I had done my retail gigs, you know, in high school, in college, and was like, I'm not working in a retail store, like a clothing store. I definitely wasn't going to do food service. My first job was at a fast food restaurant. And so I thought, hey, why don't I work at the local bookstore? It was at the mall that was not far from my parents' house where I was living at the time. So I was like, this is perfect. And also, I am a book nerd. So I thought that would be a cool way to kind of just be able to work with books all day. And actually, it was pretty cool because everybody kind of had like their specialty on the different types of books. And so you got to really learn about different genres. And I found out, and there was a really cool perk where if you were an employee, you could check out the books and read them and then bring them back, which was like, that's so, I was like, yo, you can check out the books, like check out. So you could like take a book home, read it, and then return it. You don't have to buy it. As a kid who grew up like pilfering the shelves of the local library, like I was the one, I would find a book by one author and be like, ooh, this book is really good. And then I would go to the library and proceed to check out every other book by that author and like read it in succession. So like that's how I read of course, not of course. So Stephen King is one of my favorite authors. And so like I would, devoured a bunch of Stephen King books. I found Octavia Butler at the library. So I learned about her a little bit later in life. I was older and I was like, I didn't know about this Black woman sci-fi writer. Oh my God. So I found her books and then like read as many of them as I could that made sense, because there were different series and things like that. So I was definitely one for going to the library and just like getting my read on. Because it was a way to do it without spending a lot of money. If you buy books, it's expensive. It's an expensive hobby to have because books are expensive. So as a kid, I wasn't rolling in dough. My parents aren't independently wealthy, so they can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on books for me because I was a voracious reader. I read a lot. So it would have cost a lot. But the library was my friend. So nonetheless, after my quick PSA, the Necronomicon is a creepy book of stories by H.P. Lovecraft, who is one of like the grandfathers of modern horror, who kind of is created the foundation for how horror is where it is today. A lot of horror writers read his work and was inspired by it, and they kind of took the torch and kind of took their own, of course, direction, but he inspired it. So that's hilarious. That's my quick story about my reading as a kid. So that's funny. Back to the story. So apparently there's some comments. Let's read the comments before we read Tom's response. So so one of them says, any bookmark pages? And then he picks up the book. So what Tom says is, in response to this, I hadn't thought to check. Nope, no bookmarks. But you'll be happy to hear several pages are dog-eared. And then he says, I am not checking those pages. And you know what, Tom? That's a good choice. I don't think I would check those pages either. Sometimes ignorance is bliss because you just have to get through the rest of whatever's happening. This is last night. Let's not make it worse. He's already found a mass murder book randomly in the middle of nature books. It's creepy. Back to the story. So what he says, this has been staring me in the face the whole time. This piece of art on the wall here, there's this piece of art on the wall here, and I think it's the huge tree behind the house. But I've only just noticed what's beneath it. Am I overthinking this, or is that a ghost cabin? Oh, so let's make this bigger so you can see. So this is a far away shot. So you know what? This is creepy. Like this cabin's creepy. Airbnb, this is creepy. So you see this, and then he gives us a closer picture. And yes, it's like, I don't think you're overthinking it, Tom. It's creepy. It looks like it's a ghost cabin because it's in a different color, as if it's like a part of the picture, but not. Back to the story. Probably just my eyes playing tricks on me, but does anyone else kind of see a girl wearing a dress lying on the tree branch and facing away from us? Okay, yeah. I wouldn't have seen that otherwise, but when I make it bigger, you kind of see the shape of like, this is where you see her, like this is her head, and these are her legs, these are her arms, and like it's like she's yeah, facing away. So this is the back of her head. Let's carry on. Tom. So then Tom says, so then someone says behind the tree. And so let's look at this, what this says first. It says behind the tree. Oh, there's her face. So Tom says, oh, damn. Yeah, I see her poking her head out. Also, how is my battery at 1% again? Be right back. I'll go get the charger from the car. Need my battery charged for when I open the package later. So just a quick side note. For those of you who may not be horror fans like myself, and like I watch not only just like horror movies, like fiction, as far as like writing, reading horror, but I also look at those paranormal investigation shows. And one of the earmarks, one of the immediate earmarkers of a potential haunting is that your technology devices, they don't stay charged, they die fast. So him saying, how's my battery at 1% again, is like for those of us who are into the paranormal kind of ghost situation, because for me it's like, oh, that's not a good look. Back to the story. Came back from the car and there was a sound of wind coming from the cupboard in my bedroom. Not sure if you can hear it in the video or not, but I'm pretty sure the cabin knows it's my last night and is now screwing with me. The sound stops just at the end. So let's get this video going. Let's get that into the screen there, all right? Make that big, turn it up. Let's give it a listen. That, first of all, I'm jumpy. I'm a jumpy person. So that handle falling off made me jump. I'm a jumpy person. So to me, it's a part of the fun with horror, but I'm just generally kind of like, like that's just it. Walking around the house, I've had people like walk into rooms where I'm in and I might be deep in thought. And I turn around, it's like, like that is not out of the ordinary for me as a person. So just as a note, so that made me jump. But that's also creepy sounding. Why is there wind coming out of, he called it a cupboard, again, he's in Australia. I'm presuming this is like a closet or armoire or something like that for those of us American folk. But that's mad creepy. Why does it sound like it goes to outside? Some old Lion, Witch in the Wardrobe, but not fun, fantastical fantasy adventures, creepy ghostly adventures. Now, back to the story. So someone comments, please don't let the ghost of the girl who died in the cabin probably get you. And Tom says, super comforting, thanks. By the way, that is the third doorknob that's fallen off in my hand in this place. Okay, so we didn't see the other one, but yes, we definitely have seen 2 doorknobs fall off, which is crazy. Let's keep going. The wind is going crazy outside. Lights have started flickering inside, but I just want to point out that despite the wind, the mystery wind chimes aren't chiming and the swing isn't swinging. So let's look at this video here. Go. Yeah, no chimes. I don't see the swing. I guess that's the swing. So yeah, no chimes. Oh, there's a swing in the back. You don't see it. Let's keep going. So someone comments, nah, the ghost girl is harmless. It's the stuffed teddy bear that was abandoned here by the grieving parents you need to be careful of. And he says, not helping. Oh, see what I'm saying? The bugs, and I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead. So he says, oh, hello, friend. And let's just blow it up so you can see a big old praying mantis like this. Why? It's so huge. Bugs in Australia are so huge. Just goodness. And you know, if you're from Australia, you're like, it's not that bad. Like I've seen people say, like, I mean, there are big bugs, but you know, and of course you're accustomed to it because that's where you're from. Like, it's not going to seem weird to you that you might see a random huge sci-fi looking praying mantis, but here we are. So he says, damn it, the cabin just lost power in the storm. That's never a good sign in any horror movie. Continue. I went looking for matches or candles, and in the third drawer down in the kitchen, I found the world's most useless lantern. Somehow it's intensely bright without actually illuminating anything. So let's just see this. Oh wow. That's hilarious. Like it's mad bright. It's like hurting your eyes, but there's no light around it. It's like it is definitely useless, and that's funny. And so someone sends him a comment. Yo, is that true? Yo, okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm reacting to this as I read it with you. The picture says third drawer down. And he just got this lantern from the third drawer down. And so his response is, what? And then someone comments, there's also this red blue that goes by around the 40-second mark. I don't know if it's your clothes, or what, but the color scheme reminds me of those ugly jackets kids wore in the 90s. And he says, where's this from? Which video? They're definitely not my clothes. I don't wear anything colorful. And you know, I can maybe attest to that because his profile picture, he has on black hat and a black shirt. And he says, which video? So I'm curious too. Before we scroll up, let's just see what they say. Which one? And so someone says, looks like a paw, a teddy bear paw. And then, except for the glowing blue paw print, right? And he said, what paw print? What the hell did I miss? So let's go back up really quickly. And see this. Oh, there is a paw print right here. And let's see if we can see. So he showed the video. What did he say? I'm on 40-second mark. That's 23 seconds. Was it 40 or 4? Sorry. Come with me on my research here. Around the 40-second mark. I don't know what video he had that was longer than 40 seconds. That's 22 seconds. 17 seconds. So I don't know. Let's just scroll down and see what the people tell us. So maybe they'll tell us which video, because right, which video 40-second mark. So he says, because he's kind of ignoring this, you win, cabin. I'm opening the damn package. And so here is the not helpful light. Oh wait, what's that, guys? Just pointing things out here. Not helpful light and the package. So someone says, that's what it wants. Don't do it. And he said, I have to. Don't you see? This is the only way this ends. And this definitely sounds like a horror movie. This whole right here, horror movie. So here we go. Here's a video of the package being, why is he using a huge knife? I don't know. But let's go ahead and make this baby big. Wait, before we do it, make it big. All right, guys, he's opening the package. Ah. Ah! Oh. Yo. Oh, is this a teddy bear? Right, because it's like, what can you do but laugh? So if you didn't notice, let's just scroll back in the video, and I'll pause it just in case you didn't see it. So all right, it's paused. So the letter says there's a note in there. It says, "Dear Tom, thank you for booking our beloved cabin. While we no longer use it, this house holds many happy memories for us. In particular, it was a wonderful place for our daughter to play. If you see her, please give her," and then he opens it and there's a teddy bear in the box. Keep going. So Tom gives us another video, 7 seconds. Let's see. Oh no! So Tom is like, it's a no for me. I'm in my car, but his car won't start. Let's keep going. Another video from Tom. It's getting aggressive. Okay. Yep, Tom, I'm with you. And here's another video. Ah, Tom brought it with him? Tom brought the box with him. Or wait, did he though? Let's keep going. And then Tom says, "Damn it." Oh, Tom is out of gas. Tom doesn't have gas. Of course not. Let's keep going. Then Tom says, "Damn it again." Video. So yeah, Tom is out of gas. Like literally, no gas in the car. All right, let's see what happens. So Tom says, "Okay, I guess I'm doing this." See what happens. Oh, this is just a picture. It's the box. And Tom, someone says, "Throw it out the window." And Tom says, "That's not enough. It needs to learn." What? And then he says, "It needs to learn." And what? Well, where is he going? And so then he says, "You don't want to come at me, Murder Cabin, with your stupid loose doorknobs and your damn wind chimes." And Tom's losing. Tom's having a moment. I don't know what's wrong, but Tom is walking focused. And then someone says, teddy bear in the trees? And he said, yeah, I see it. I'm walking here. Oh. Ugh. Let's keep going. And then he says, I reject you, swing. I reject you, fuzzy, adorable ghost bear. Sorry. So Tom is done. Tom is not having it. Not accepting it. So Tom is over it. I understand. Let's keep going. I think we're almost there. And then he says, roar! What? Video, let's see.
You into the damn sea.
So Tom is very close to the water and he throws the bear in the box into the, you see the ocean, water, lake, not sure what body of water is nearby. He said the sea, so I'm going to take his at his word. It's the ocean. Let's keep going. This feels like a bad idea, Tom. Feels like a bad idea. Yo. And it's easy. Ah! Oh! Woo! Wait. That looked like the spider? I'm just gonna fast forward. Oh, it's the bear. It's watching him. Let's keep going. So I guess some time has passed and he says, I'm alive. Thought you all should know. Sorry to leave you hanging. I worked out. There's no point fighting it. There's no reason to keep them apart. I let the bear watch TV overnight. And then here is the bear watching the TV with no service. That's creepy. And in the early morning, I left them together. It's swinging by itself. Again, the swings. And now Tom's leaving. Sounded like chimes were at the end. And that's it. I'm gonna do a wrap-up video So I just want to close this out. But that's it for Tom. And the chimes. Creepy. Let me know your thoughts. I'm just going to close here. We're going to let this marinate. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Be back for tomorrow. We'll do a wrap-up video. I look forward to talking again. Bye.